Just
You
a
know,
little respect.
yeah, you give, and then they just take.
They just take and take, man. It's like that children's book, The Giving Tree. You ever read that book?
No, I haven't.
It's the saddest book ever. Don't read it.
Okay, I gotcha. Is it about a bunch of kids not getting things or something?
No, it's about it's a so this tree. So like the whole book is a inner dialogue of a tree, and the kid like when when the kid is little, he's climbing the tree and he loves the tree. He's underneath the shade and eating apples and stuff. And then as he grows up, he like starts taking pieces of the tree. You know, he takes like the limbs to build a house, and he takes the stump to build a chair. And by the end of the book, there's nothing left. Like the tree is gone, and the kid is all grown up and living his life. It's very sad.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah,
You know,
it's open to interpretation, but to me, it's a metaphor for parents just kind of you know
yeah,
giving everything they got to the kids.
yeah, I get it. I feel like we're already starting off on the
On the
honest.
sad note.
Yeah, already.
I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
But no, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
All right. Well, just so you know, the episode from 2 weeks ago is out, Trey.
Nice.
So I'm sure all of our viewers out there have already watched it.
When
So
did
a
it drop?
couple hours ago.
Nice. Nice.
So hopefully the next episode will be a little bit sooner.
That's okay, man. You had a nice little vacation, right?
I did. Went to Hot Springs, Arkansas. No,
How was that?
it's different, man.
Yeah.
A little different. Don't know if I'll go back.
Okay. So different in a bad way then.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the national park is literally inside the town.
Okay.
I found
Did
that
y'all go ahead?
I said I just found that really interesting. Like we were so confused when we got there.
I can't so me and my wife, we went there a long time ago, probably like very early on. I don't even know if we were married. We may have still been engaged or something, but so probably like 10 or 13 years ago. But we camped in that national park one night, and it just happened to be the night of a motorcycle gang or whatever. Like I don't know what was going on, but there was so many motorcycle guys camping like right next to us, and they were so loud because they were partying. It
Yeah.
was it was miserable, dude. It was really bad. We didn't get any sleep that night at all.
Well, good thing you're super young, so it didn't matter.
That's right. It didn't matter at all.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like they have separate trails, and like a few trails are on the other side of the downtown, and then they have another trail on the opposite side. And I don't know, it's just weird. There wasn't like any entrance, so to speak. So,
Okay. You're just kind of there when if you're in Hot Springs, you're in the national park, I guess,
pretty much when you're in downtown, yeah.
downtown. Did did y'all hike to that like lookout tower, that observation tower?
We didn't go in the observation tower, but we went right next to it. There's like a gazebo.
Okay.
We went there, and then we did that. Looked at the abandoned army hospital area, like a bunch of buildings that are just blocked off now.
Okay.
Uh, we did that trail, then we ended up driving, and we drove through the same area again, and then we went to the other side, drove around there, uh, ate at the pizza place. I don't know if y'all that may not have been there when y'all went, but
Mm.
they have the Grateful Dead pizza place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like in Broken Bow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of cool because it's in this one's in the side of the mountain or hill or whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, the people driving there are insane. And it's people from Arkansas. They're crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're the going down the windy road, and you're going 10 over, and they're still on you, like on your butt. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, did you go to any hot springs? Did you do the soak or whatever, whatever it's called?
No, we were going to, and I was like, dude, I don't want to do this. I was over it. There's so many people there in the downtown area.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very overwhelming.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. That's not good.
Yeah, that's fine. We actually ended up the next day we went to one of the state parks next to it, and that was a lot better. So,
That's good.
yeah, it was a good time.
There you go.
But yeah. Oh, and they get mad at you if you stop for emergency vehicles as well. So,
Oh,
if
really? Like pulling over to the right is not allowed.
yeah, I made an old man really angry by yielding to the emergency vehicle.
Hi, dude.
Yeah, it was insane.
I just I don't. I mean, my wife and I we've never been back either, so it wasn't that great, obviously, but it wasn't. I don't remember it being as bad as your experience, so I feel bad. I'm sorry, man.
That's all good. It's part of it.
I remember we went and played golf because there's like a million golf courses up there, so that was fun. I had fun doing that.
Yeah, we didn't do golf. We did putt putt, but there's like a pirate themed one, and that was fun.
All right.
So, but yeah, I probably won't be going back there. So sorry to all of our fans in Arkansas. We're not coming back.
It's a bunch of old people up there in Hot Springs.
Yeah, it's just definitely different. So leave it at that.
Okay, that's fair. But how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Feel a little rejuvenated, but I made the mistake of mowing the lawn earlier, and now my allergies are kicking my butt. So
Yeah, I can hear you kind of sniffling a little bit.
yeah, I'm all stopped up now. Dang grass.
Well, I went. So Ellis turned 7 on Thursday,
Uh huh.
so we took him to, or my son turned 7 on Thursday, and so we went to Hawaiian Falls today with a
Nice.
couple of his friends
Yeah.
celebrate, and I think we ended up being there a total of 7 hours. I think.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, and man, I put sunscreen on 3 times in 7 hours, and I'm still my entire upper body is completely red. It's just bad, dude.
Your shoulders and neck and all that. Ears.
Shoulders, neck, and back.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
you have the terrible part on your back where you can't get to, or
yeah.
did
Oh
the
yeah, like the middle lower, or like
yeah.
kind of middle upper back. Yeah, I can't get it. Yeah.
Did Erica not go?
No, she went, but she mainly stayed in the cabana. We
Uh,
rented one of those
oh, nice.
cabanas, so she stayed there for the most part and just kind of held down the fort.
Should
But
it rub you down?
I mean, we had the spray can, so I just kind of sprayed myself. I thought I got pretty well.
Oh, dude, that never works.
Yeah, I'll never do that again. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get the thick white sunscreen that just takes hours to rub in. You got to sit there and really work it and get that stuff rubbed into your skin.
that's right. You gotta go to the. You might as well just go to the masseuse
And
place.
get them, yeah, get a near room massage.
Speaking of which, apparently they've been raiding those in Dallas. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I saw one place supposedly got raided.
That's awesome.
So we have
I mean,
some
that's not.
local ones. We have some local ones, Trey.
We got some local orchids of Asia going on here.
Yes. Man, I think there's even like body cam footage too of like going in there and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's good.
Some cop just walking in there wearing like Facebook Meta glasses.
Exactly. Should get some of those, man.
It really should.
Oh, that'd be so good.
But but going back to the water park, it was just one of those days where we got home at like 4:30 and I was just done. It's just like, okay, it's time for bed, right? It's
Yeah.
gotta be bedtime. And no, the kids want dinner still. It's like,
Of
golly.
course. Of course. Tell them to make themselves a sandwich or something.
Yeah, I looked in the freezer and we had some tendies in the freezer. So I was like, here you go.
Nice. I will tell you that eventually will not work.
The tendies.
Yeah. FYI.
Well, I'm gonna live it up while I can. I still had to get the air fryer out, put them in the air. Like I still made it. It wasn't like it saved me a ton of time and effort.
I think it's just like the ease of doing it, right?
Yeah, you just put them in there, hit a button, and boom, you're done.
Yeah. I always like doing the mac and cheese with the cheese in the packet.
Oh
Easy.
yeah,
Easy
yeah.
peasy.
It's way better than the powder stuff.
So much better.
So much better.
That's probably worse, I'm sure.
I mean, any cheese that can be kept at room temp has probably got something going on with it.
Yeah, it's got those good old preservatives, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, we got a awesome show. I like all the topics that we got today.
Yeah, so this is the State of Football show, and last or I guess 2 weeks ago, it was a pretty sad episode, and we're gonna start this episode off with being sad again.
That's right. We're gonna go right into it.
Just immediately, a owner of an NFL team passed away.
That's right.
Uh,
R.I.P. Jim Irsay.
Yes, sir. I guess it's been 3 weeks now. Has it been 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah,
two
I
weeks. I
think.
think it was like the 28th,
Okay.
something like that. Actually, I didn't even write that down. I'm terrible. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
21st.
I feel bad too because talking about it right now, I was looking into Jim Irsay, but I don't know who took over. Like, who owns the Colts right now as we speak? Do you know?
Uh, no, I don't. I know he has kids.
Okay, so maybe one of those.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, it just says the Irsay family. So looks like he had a daughter or a couple of daughters. He had 3 daughters.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Huh. A little off topic, but I was reading on Twitter, women power.
Yeah,
I guess there's a bunch of women that own NFL teams, but then I started kind of looking at it, and it's not like they just kind of got it handed to them. So I don't know how
yeah.
that makes women powerful. I don't know, not
I
quite
guess.
understanding that, but whatever.
Well, no, like the Lions and the Bears, I think, right? Aren't they two of the ones that have like been handed down through family? Like I know the Ford family owns the Lions, and I think it's one of the granddaughters right now that owns it. I think.
Uh, trying to think. It's like 13 teams, I believe, that have women
Oh wow,
ownership.
wow, that's a lot. That's more than I would have thought for sure.
I want to say one of them was Denver and Tennessee Titans, but I could be wrong. Could be
Well,
wrong.
Jim Irsay was definitely a charismatic owner.
Yes. He's a little different, he struggled with some substances and stuff like that, but I think collectively he was well respected in the NFL community.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, they always had really good teams. Peyton Manning, and then obviously Andrew Luck took over after that. I remember those quarterbacks, and I didn't know he took over ownership at such a young age. Like I think his dad died, and then he took over the team at like 32 or something. I can't remember what it was.
37.
Yeah, 37. So pretty young to be an owner of an NFL franchise.
Yeah, he holds both titles apparently. Youngest GM at 24
Yeah.
and then youngest owner at 37.
Yeah, so he did the owner GM thing for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers, but he was the GM for quite some time.
Yeah. I say a little bit, but I think it was probably like 10 or 12 years that he tried that.
Yeah. It's like the 80s to the later 90s, I think like 97 or something like that.
Yeah, let's see if I can find that real quick.
I think it's on his wiki, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm on the wiki right now.
Yeah. But going back to when he took over the NFL team, his father had just passed away, and then he had the unfortunate uh, thing to have to fight his stepmother over the team to see who was going to take control. Uh,
Okay.
Obviously, he ended up winning that, which makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty bad when you have to, bury your father and then you have to go through a legal battle with your stepmom about that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always stepmother too. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the movie, the Black Sheep, the Chris Farley and
Yeah. David Spade.
yeah, David Spade. His father croaks over. It's so funny. The kids watched that probably like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they love it.
That's good, man. Yeah, I don't see where it says his length of career, but I don't know, lots of interesting facts. Like I didn't know he went to SMU. That's pretty cool. It's a local university.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Uh, gotta. Thought it was on here.
I didn't really see it.
Well, oh, it was 84 to 96. It's in his little bio thing.
Oh, okay.
So he took over ownership in 97.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he was just a GM and then he took over ownership and became just the owner.
Yeah.
I'd say the most interesting thing that I didn't know was his rock and roll collection.
Yeah, he was really big into music.
Yeah, apparently he has like one of the most I don't know what the word, like the most impressive memorabilia collections of rock and roll. I mean, ever of anybody else. He has stuff from the Beatles. He's got Kurt Cobain's guitar. He's got John Lennon's guitar. He's got David Gilmour's guitar. He just has a lot of interesting music memorabilia. He's even got the volleyball from the movie Castaway. You know Wilson.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's quite the collector for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they had a show on it or a documentary about it, about his collection.
Okay, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, sad news, man. Sad news. Interesting to see what'll happen because being a Cowboys fan, we have a similar situation if that ever if Cherry ever dies. So
Yeah. Oh
he
man, I
might live forever.
think he probably will. I feel like he's Chancellor Palpatine. Keeps on coming back.
Yeah, inexplicably, like
Yeah, makes no sense that he's still there.
makes Palpatine's back. Oh, what do we do? No, you can't just gloss over that. You can't just move on from saying Palpatine's back.
Yeah, I just completely ruined the trilogy of episode 6.
Yeah, like you got no, you can't. I'm sorry, we can't just move on, dude.
Ridiculous.
Have you seen those reels that are not to get too far into Star Wars, but are comparing lightsaber battles? So you got like the lightsaber battle for I don't know between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul or something like that, and then you got which is amazing,
Yeah.
just the skill involved in that lightsaber battle, even as actors. And then you got the one between what's her Ray and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I mean, just terrible, just awful, dude.
Yeah. I will say, not to get too far off into it, but
Right.
the reason for that, partly, well, some of it's because when they did the whole new trilogy, it's just they don't care.
Yeah.
But the other part is you have to remember the first 3 episodes, those were when the Jedi were at their peak, meaning like they trained constantly.
Okay.
And then by the time, Rey and Kylo came along, there hasn't been Jedi at all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more gritty type, like just barbaric type lightsaber dueling. So
Slow.
it kind of makes sense in that perspective, but at the same time it sucks. So,
Yeah. I mean, they were both trained by Luke for some length of time, before they betrayed Luke and said he tried to kill Kylo in his sleep.
yeah, I mean, but they hadn't been training very long. Like as far as Rey is concerned, she wasn't trained very long.
Hmm.
Kylo was for the most part, but you can't really compare it to Obi-Wan, those type of guys getting trained because they literally did it their whole life. I think Obi-Wan was late 30s in the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
so he was kind of at the peak of his powers. And then obviously you had Anakin Skywalker, which the chosen one, but he also was in tons and tons of battles. So that does, you gotta kind of weigh it because he constantly was training and fighting and stuff, and you just can't compare it to those later Star Wars episodes.
Yeah, that's true. Which is why they're terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately. But who's your favorite? Which one's your favorite lightsaber battle?
Man, that's a good question. It would, man, it probably would be that one I just described. Maybe that's why I brought it up. But the one I always like when I was a kid and Darth Maul hit the other lightsaber, like and
Yeah.
made it the staff. I mean, my little 7-year-old mind like just exploded right there. It's like, oh my god, he's got a lightsaber staff.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, it's easily Anakin versus Obi-Wan, the Revenge of the Sith one.
Yeah, obviously that's a good one.
Yeah, just especially when they're on top of the table and they're sitting there like swinging them so fast and they eventually collide. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just good stuff.
yeah, dude, the behind the scenes on that is incredible. Like the way they actually do that. They're actually doing those moves.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
essentially have like those toy lightsabers. I think there's like a
Yeah,
metal rod or something, but
yeah,
yeah, it's insane.
really impressive. But yeah, no, it's definitely a good one.
Well, anyways, back to Jim
You want to talk about
Irsay.
the You want to talk about the Madden Curse?
Yeah. So I had heard this on the radio, and of course, I was driving, so I couldn't like write it down. But I'll just kind of hint at it. I don't know the exact stats, but so obviously, if anyone's played video games, more than likely you've probably played Madden a couple of times. Well, there's a thing called, for anyone who doesn't know, it's called the Madden Curse. So whenever obviously someone does really good a season, they get the honor, if you want to call it that, to be on the cover of Madden. Well, unfortunately, some of these players, for the most part, I would say majority of them, they do not have a very good season the next one.
Yeah.
Um, there's been quite a few. I didn't pull all of them, but I just got a few of them, like 5 or 6 of them. And let's see. Yeah, I got 5 or 6 of them. And I'll just kind of go over them a little bit. But apparently, there's a new curse, and I don't know if you've heard this as well. It's the Offensive Player of the Year, I believe, curse. And that's just been happening these past 5 years. Apparently, if you win Offensive Player of the Year, you are cursed as well.
I haven't
Um,
heard that one.
yeah, this is a newer one, but it's kind of a double whammy for old Saquon because he got both of those awards, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Like he's on the cover of Madden?
Well, he is on the cover, the new one coming out, but I think he won Offensive Player of the Year as well. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he won Offensive Player of the Year. Yeah. So Saquon, obviously Josh Allen got the MVP, but Saquon won Offensive Player of the Year, and that has its own little curse, and then on top of the Madden curse as well. So he's
Okay.
he's getting hit with a double whammy. And even I think it was a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, he actually hinted at he's going to retire here pretty soon. He says he doesn't know when, but he expects it to be pretty sudden and random, similar to Barry Sanders.
Why would you predict that?
I don't know if he was asked the question, but he said, I'm going to be one of these guys that just up and quits, essentially, is what he said.
Okay.
I don't know the question that he was asked, but that's just kind of what he had said. So You know,
Well, it can't be. It's not gonna be this season. They just won the Super Bowl. They gotta.
no, not this season, but I know we kind of talked about uh, flag football and all that, so maybe he definitely won't be doing that if he's retired.
All right.
I mean,
Well, good. I mean,
he's already
retire
28.
away.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's already 28,
Yes.
and he wasted so much time at the Giants. So much.
Yeah, he was there for a long time.
Mm,
6 years.
bad
So,
decision.
yeah, but what are you gonna do?
Well, in the end, he got his Super Bowl, but I, I also looked into the Madden Curse, and it's real.
It is. It really, really is.
I think like when I was reading through it, I think Dante Culpepper may have got the worst. I don't know how you said you had 5 or 6 worst players or whatever, but is he on part of your 5 or 6?
Yeah. I mainly pick the earlier ones because those are actually the Maddens I played a lot,
Okay.
and uh, so I just kind of naturally, childhood pulled those. But there are some other ones where you, I think it was in 2011, 2012, Peyton Hill. I think he was the running back for the Cleveland Browns. He pretty much dropped off the face of the earth after the following season. So
Yeah, I see 2012 Cleveland Browns running back Peyton Hills, Madden cult hero. Hills grunted his way to 1,000 yards as a surprise lead back in 2010, but during his cover year, he missed half a dozen games with injury, averaging 3.6 yards. And after that, he became a journeyman backup.
yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So my first one here I have is in 2001 with the Tennessee Titans, Eddie George. He
Good
played
old
on
Eddie
the,
George.
he played for the Cowboys for what, a year or two?
Okay,
If
I
I'm not,
believe you.
I'm pretty sure it may have just been 1 year, but he did play for them at the end of his
Par-
career.
I was gonna say at the end of his career for sure.
Uh, but yeah, he actually did really well, but so he ran for over 1,500 yards in his cover season, but he did have a career high in fumbles, and unfortunately, he fumbled it and cost his team the season.
Mm,
Yeah, and he never averaged more than 3.4 yards per carry for the rest of his career, which is not good.
that sounds like a curse.
Yeah, I think the verdict is he is definitely cursed for sure.
And nobody ever heard from him again. Nobody knows who he is. Just gone.
Just gone forever. He just does the commercials for the Heisman. I wanted to see how many seasons he played. Yeah, he just played one season.
For the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Let's say I know he played for a long time. He had a pretty long career.
Yeah. I mean, he actually did really well, but that following season was not good.
Mm.
All right. So the next one would be the gentleman you already mentioned, Dante Culpepper.
Yeah,
So,
his was pretty
uh,
bad. I didn't want to steal all your thunder, man. I'm sorry, but
no,
he
you're
just
good.
stuck out to me.
Yeah, it's hard to not see you throwing 33 touchdowns and then the following season you only throw 14.
That is really low, man. That's for a season, 14 touchdowns.
Yeah, and somehow or another he fumbled the football 16 times while also throwing 13 picks.
God, and that was such a good like Culpepper and Randy Moss and Chris Carter.
Yes.
They were gonna just win all the championships.
Yeah, that was a lot of just, playing Madden with that team. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Just tell them go deep and throw it down the field. Score a touchdown.
Hmm.
Easy.
Hmm.
And then,
Dante Culpepper.
yeah. So in the following season, I have Marshall Falk. If you remember, we've talked about him in the
Another running back.
past.
Yep.
Yeah. So he had logged 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. And let's see. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, he had over 1,000 yards in 5 straight seasons. And then the following year, he literally missed half a dozen starts, and he did not break 1,000 yards after that for the rest of his
Ever
career.
again.
Yeah. But I don't know regarding him, he kind of was on the tail end of his career, so to speak. So it's kind of hard to fault him.
Yeah. In 2003, yeah, he was. He had been in the league for a minute by then.
Yeah, that's that I think yeah. So he was 30 in that season.
Okay.
So that's kind of like I guess the bar for running backs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still. I mean, back then that was for sure pushing the bar, but now that's sold in today's game.
Yeah.
Old.
Speaking of running backs, I can't believe Derrick Henry's already over. I think he is 31. Yeah, he'll be 30. He's already 31. Crazy.
He's still a beast.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
His hair sword.
I think he cut it off, didn't he, last year?
Yeah, I don't think I remember seeing it last year. Should bring that back.
It takes a while to get in there. Uh, yeah, that's crazy. But the next one, so in 2006, I don't know if you remember this team, the Philadelphia Eagles with Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens and
Yes, sir.
that safety Dawkins or whatever his name was.
Oh, Brian Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins.
Yeah.
Was Darren Sproles on those teams? Was he on there yet? I don't even remember.
I don't think so, but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
was that before Darren Sproles? Anyways, but I do remember Donovan McNabb for sure.
Yeah, so he had thrown 31 touchdowns and then obviously led them to the Super Bowl, which they lost to the Patriots. And then,
Yep.
the whole drama with Terrell Owens, and he ended up missing. Uh, yeah, he missed about half the season, and actually missed over 8 games for the next 2 years as well. So
Damn.
it was a significant drop off in production to end his career, which is, I don't know, that's gotta mess with your head, being at the top of the world and then just not doing very well.
Yeah, but still, how did Donovan McNabb end up on? Like, how did he even get the cover of Madden? Was he lost the Super Bowl? Is that just because you can't put Tom Brady on there every year?
I think it was just the whole Terrell Owens and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, just
They hype the hype the people up, so to speak, and go, we got to put them on Madden.
it's fine, whatever.
I don't think I actually played that one. No, I did.
I never played a ton of Maddens. I mainly played the Blitz, NFL Blitz game. That's the one I played.
Yeah, I played that one too. That was a lot of fun. I miss that game so much.
Yeah.
Wish the NFL wasn't such sticklers about that stuff.
I know that was such a fun game.
Yeah, it was the best. Then we go on to 2007. Sean Alexander with the Seattle Seahawks. So, I guess entering his cover year for Madden, he had as well five straight 1,000-yard seasons. And in 2006, let's see. Oh no, actually, I'm confused by this. Wait a minute. This is not right. Does it say that?
What's up?
I think trying to see it worded it weird. Made it
Like
seem
its
like,
rushing total dropped or whatever.
well, it's saying it dropped in 2006, but if it dropped in 2006, then how does he?
That's not the curse or whatever. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
Okay,
typo in the article.
I think it was because that doesn't make any sense. I'll just read it off the actual stats. So in 2005, he had 1,800 yards, nearly 1,900 rushing yards. And then in 2006, he only had 896 rushing yards with 7 touchdowns. So a significant drop off.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, 2005, he had 27 touchdowns,
Dang, dude.
won the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and then just completely dropped off a cliff.
Yeah, I see here 2 years after that he is out of the NFL altogether.
Yeah, he never went above 1,000, I don't think. Nope. Yeah, it's just crazy. And then of course the good old Vince Young. You know, he made it to the cover and just
He may have been cursed without the cover, without the Madden cover, man. That guy was a wild card.
yeah, I agree with you on that one. I kind of feel like that was I don't know. I don't want to say like a gift to be on there, but I don't know. 2007, 2,500 passing yards, only 9 touchdowns and 17 interceptions.
Yeah.
And
How
then
do
you
you?
get on the cover the let's see. When did he get on the cover? He got on the cover in 2008. Dude,
I mean, I guess
what
maybe just notoriety, but even that was still 2 years past his championship.
it has to be because so the Madden cover is obviously based off the prior year. Well, the prior
Yeah.
year he only had 2,500 passing yards with 9 touchdowns, but 17 interceptions. So how does that work? That's what I want to
I don't
know.
know. Yeah, like it's just that has to be like you're saying, just I don't know. Who knows how they design these things? Maybe when he won the championship in 2005 or 2006, they're like, we'll put you on the cover of Madden a couple of years.
Well, even to make it worse, the following year he played 3 games and only threw
Yeah.
for 219.
Is that when he threw his shoulder pads into the crowds, into the stands?
Probably. I wonder
Just took his jersey off and threw it in the
if
stands.
I wonder if he's the worst one to be on the cover.
I mean, so far of the ones you've listed, he's definitely the worst.
It's got to be,
Like no doubt,
right?
no doubt. Yeah,
What were they thinking?
no question. It's just got to be recognition, man. He was so like he was on top of the world when he won the national championship with the Longhorns.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah,
I mean, even
that's my
even
list for
still to
that.
this day. Oh, okay. That was it.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Nice. I was just saying, like to this day, he probably doesn't. He can walk into any bar in Austin and somebody will buy his beer.
Yeah, didn't he open up a restaurant and then it went bankrupt or something? Where he just shut it down?
Yeah, yeah. And I think he's been arrested a few times in Austin
Oh wow.
since his playing days.
It's gotta be tough to be that good of a player in college and then doesn't really work out in the NFL.
Yeah, there's just there's a few of those. They seem to be, I guess, the most memorable ones are quarterbacks. Like you got him, you got Tim Tebow and Johnny Manziel, all superstar college quarterbacks, and just couldn't, for whatever reason, make it in the NFL.
Yeah. Just different atmosphere for sure.
So, I think we might be on the same article, but do you see at the end where they have the final verdict?
Uh,
Do you mind if I read that real quick?
go for it, man.
So it's obviously they went through all the covers, and by this analysis, they say that 14 of the 24 cover athletes, or 58%, are cursed. So over half, right, are cursed, but just 3 out of the 10 most recent ones have been cursed. So
Hmm.
the final verdict is, the curse is on the earlier covers. So the most recent 10, they haven't been as bad. So just 30%, obviously. So maybe the curse is dead now. Maybe there's no longer a Madden Curse.
Hmm.
And you said Saquon's on the 2026?
Yeah, the new one coming out.
So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. I'm over here looking at all of the covers.
Yeah. I mean, the most recent one, 2025, was Christian McCaffrey. And
Yeah.
he's for sure cursed.
Yeah, he blew his
For
leg
sure.
out
Yeah.
in that Buffalo game. Or his
So not
Achilles or whatever it was.
not good, for the most recent one. Before that, it was Josh Allen, and you know, you make it to the championship game. I don't think you can say you're cursed. So
Yeah.
I mean, you lose like 3 in a row, maybe, but
And I know in 2015 Richard Sherman was on the cover. He did not have a good following up season.
yeah. And when I saw Richard Sherman, that kind of made me think of go off on a different tangent and kind of remember, how many defensive players are on the cover of Madden. I mean, he's got to be the only one, I think.
I think there's been 3.
Has there been 3? Okay.
Ray Lewis,
Oh
eh,
yeah, that's right. I saw Ray Lewis.
and then Troy Polamalu shared it with Larry Fitzgerald,
Okay.
and then Richard Sherman. And those are the only ones. I wonder if some of these players denied it. Like player like Aaron Donald's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Maybe because of the curse even. They're like, no, I don't want that.
Maybe.
Because I don't know, you think like, I don't know, Stafford, maybe Matthew Stafford would have been on one or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, I guess uh is it Jared Versay or
Oh,
Jared
the
Verse?
yeah, verse. Yeah.
with the LA Rams. Did you hear he was talking crap about AD's workout?
I didn't hear that. No.
Yeah, so he essentially called AD's like an old man workout and that he couldn't handle his workout. Well, I guess AD says just like if it's such like an old man workout, you can just come work out with me one day. And he's like, all right, just need a time and date. Well, I guess it did happen, and he quickly realized that he had messed up big time.
He made a giant mistake.
Yes, so but he did follow through. He worked out the AD, but yeah, he realized that AD's workouts are no joke.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me that picture, and I mean, it looks like Aaron can come back into the league right now. I mean, he's still in shape. Like he hasn't let go at all.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
He could come back to the Rams tomorrow.
yeah, I think we did we talk about Sean McVay about him wanting Aaron to come back? Like he's trying to get him back, and I think he's at his kid's birthday party, and he's over there trying to recruit him, recruit him to come back.
I don't blame him, man. I would too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I see. Do we have any updates on the Micah Parsons contract, Trey?
Absolutely nothing much. The only reason I put this in the notes was just, excuse me, this. It looks like they're gonna the Cowboys, mainly Jerry, are gonna do the same thing they always do, and that's just drag their feet, prolong this thing as long as possible, until we're all just sick of talking about it, and then they'll just sign them like they did Dak or CD, just right before the season starts.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if the Cowboys do try to sign these guys and the agent just doesn't want to talk to them. I kind of wonder if that's what's happening here.
I mean, I mean, I don't remember when, but Jerry came out and said that, excuse me, that he doesn't even know the agent's name, which
Well,
is
that's crazy.
yeah, I think he's just trying to play some Jedi mind tricks or something, but I don't know. I mean, I would have to think the agent is trying to talk to to Jerry to get a deal done.
Yeah, because you don't want your guy getting injured.
Yeah, I mean, it's his last year of his rookie deal, and like you said, if he gets injured, then that he loses a lot of money. So gotta do it now while he still can, while
Do
his value is the highest.
do you think because if I remember correctly, Dak was in his contract year and then that's when he broke his leg, but he still got paid. Do you think that's a different situation if Micah was to get hurt?
Um, as far as like importance of the impact on the team.
No, like contract because Dak still got paid.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it'd be that's a good question. I think yeah, I think it'd have a bigger impact on him. I mean, they don't defensive edge rush is not going to make as much money as a quarterback. So already they're looking to make less, right?
Yeah.
Smaller contract. And then yeah, they get hurt, teams are going to want to sign them to another prove it deal to like come back and show us that you're healthy again. So, he gets hurt, he's looking at maybe a 1-year deal just to come back and show it that he can do it. Meanwhile, somebody like Dak, he gets hurt and somebody's willing to take a chance. Like we'll sign him to a multi-year deal, and I mean, because quarterbacks are so valuable, we'll bet. We'll take the odds that he'll come back and still be good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's just a different value of the position.
Yeah. I was
Good
just
starting good starting quarterbacks are a lot harder to find than a really good edge rusher, I think. And so by that standard, yeah, for sure it would be a bigger impact on Micah.
yeah, that makes sense. I was just kind of curious what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah. Because if they didn't sign Dak coming back from his foot being turned around the opposite direction of what it should be, I mean, there would have been another team that would have taken a chance on him for sure.
Yeah, easily.
The Browns, Texans, somebody would have done it.
Yeah, the Texans.
But
Well, that's unfortunate that we don't have any new news on the contract.
nope, it'll be another. I'm sure he'll. I mean, Micah's kind of different uh, than CD and Dak. He's more. He's got his own podcast. He's a lot more outspoken, a lot more honest, I would say, with the media. He doesn't really try to play those games with the press.
Yeah.
You know how Dak came out and said that all his favorite quarterbacks went to different teams throughout their career.
Yeah.
Just throwing some shade at Jerry. But I think Micah's more honest, and it might be more of a wild ride with him. If he sits out or the longer this thing drags out, he just seems more of a wild card. He'll come out and say something.
Yeah, I could see that. Some people don't like that though. Wonder if his agent likes that.
Yeah, but it's like a love hate kind of situation. I bet.
For sure.
But yeah, there's something to watch for sure.
Yeah, that'll. I'm sure as or not spring training. Is it? Wait. Is
Training
it?
camp.
Yeah, training camp. I'm thinking about
You're
baseball.
thinking about baseball.
Baseball. Um. Anyways, yeah, I'm sure like when they start doing all these new little training, they've already no, they haven't started OTAs yet, but
No, they've started voluntary workouts.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Volunteer. Yeah,
Yep.
sure we'll start hearing some more.
OTAs. Sorry, OTAs start this week. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, you're good.
So this will be the first will Micah show up thing.
Yeah, he probably won't.
I doubt it.
His agent will lock him in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, with his dogs. He's got those giant what Doggo Argentino or something. Those like big dogs from South America. They're
Mm,
just massive pit bulls is all they are.
not like a Cane Caruso or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man. Do you want to talk about A-Rod getting signed?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I couldn't I could never find anything on the details of his contract. I haven't looked today, but I looked yesterday and it was just a 1-year deal with the Steelers. That's all I could ever find.
Yeah, it's a 1-year deal, 13.1 million.
Okay.
So, yeah, it'll probably be his last year, I'm sure.
Yeah, I heard that I mean I read that he's been dealing with some personal stuff, which is why he took so long to sign.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
I kind of feel like that's a fib.
yeah, who knows with that guy, dude.
Yeah, he is who
Wears
he
me out.
is.
Yeah. Did you watch that show about him on Netflix?
No, the ayahuasca thing.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I don't think I could sit through that.
It looked really like just from the outside and like the little trailer that Netflix will show you if you click on it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, like a little sneak
It looked
peek.
yeah, it looked really self-serving.
Of course, it's Aaron,
I'm not
baby.
that yeah. I was out, but that'd be good for the Steelers. They got DK Metcalf in the offseason, so finally got somebody to throw in the ball.
Yeah, I don't, man, I think the Jets are more talented than what the Steelers are. And he didn't, I mean, he did decent, but I don't know, maybe the team's better. I don't think on paper they're better though. If you look at compare it to the
Yeah.
Jets, but I could be wrong.
Well, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun to watch him and see what he can do with the Steelers with Mike Tomlin, who's, it's like he's gonna run off Mike Tomlin like he did Saleh. Mike
Yeah.
Tomlin's an established legendary coach. He's been there for a long time, so there's not going to be that big Rodgers ego, or I mean, I'm sure that'll be there, but like he won't be able to run off the coach and take control of the team and sign all his best friends like Adam Lazard and Devontae Adams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I I could feel that Mike Tomlin would literally choke him out.
I could
I
too.
I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I would not want to mess with Mike Tomlin at all. I don't want any part of that smoke.
I just feel like he has that in him.
Yeah. So that I mean, that'll be fun to watch. That dynamic of him with the coach like that.
Yeah, it'll be a fun season. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Well, I found a little extra topic just in case that we didn't have enough content. Good old
Yeah.
PFF. I'm sure you're familiar.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anybody wants to give me their account, just send it to me.
Yeah, and I did not. This is a free article.
This is pretty, yeah, okay.
They had actually graded all 32 cornerbacks, but I did not want to go through that whole list because I don't know half of them.
Yeah.
So I just pulled out the top 5, and I kind of wanted to do this mainly because that way during the season we can kind of see some of these cornerbacks maybe that we haven't heard of, and there's 2 of them that I have not heard of. But I'll go ahead and get into the list. So the top 5 PFF's cornerback rankings for the upcoming season, the 2025 season. They have Sauce Gardner from the Jets at
Yep.
number 1, which
Heard of him.
that's no surprise there. Maybe some people would say Patrick Surtain, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
Is he not? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like Sauce Gardner up there at number 1. I think he's deserving of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
No problem with that.
at number 2 we have Patrick Surtain. So
Okay.
he's right there next to him. They have
Yeah. 1A,
these
1B.
they have these little coverage grades, but I don't really know what that goes into as far as the ranking. They have a 89.5% PFF coverage grade over the past 3 seasons, but I
Jeez.
don't really know what that all entails because I don't have the subscription.
Can't find it out.
No, but
Well,
they did have this neat little stat that says he's only allowed 0.77 yards per cover snap across the past 3 seasons. Whatever that means, it must be really good.
yeah. What about is there a I can't remember what it's called, but is there a stat for like completion, like pass attempts to his receiver that are completed?
I'm sure there
Is
is.
that
I just don't have that in front of me.
no?
Mm-mm. I do not have that.
Well, let's see. Coverage grade is a numerical assessment of a defensive player's performance in covering the receiver on a pass play. Does that clear it up for you?
For sure. He's kind of like one of those blanket corners. He doesn't get a lot of interceptions. Yeah.
Mm. And cornerbacks it's just one of those positions like I don't know what to compare it to, but like if you don't hear their name called, they're doing really good. You know what I mean? It's like if the commentator's not mentioning you, that means you're probably playing pretty well.
Yeah, you have you're just kind of on your own island.
Yeah. Yeah. If the cameras aren't pointed at you during the game, you're probably doing your job really well. That means the ball's not going towards your side of the field.
Exactly. Yeah, so PFF for number 3 have Trent McDuffie for Kansas City.
Okay. Never heard of him.
Yeah, this is one of these guys that I need to watch a little bit of. Let's see.
Trent McDuffie. Is he a white guy?
No, sorry.
That
That's
was a
only with
joke.
that's only with the Eagles.
They had that one guy.
He's actually was it Cooper DeJean?
Mm-hmm.
He's on this list, but I think he's at 13 or 14, which that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean he has
Respectable.
to. He gets there early, last to leave. Watch his film.
Here we go. Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a thinker out there.
Thinker. God. Let's see. So at number 4 we have Jalen Johnson, Chicago Bears. I don't know how much
Okay.
Bear games we'll be watching, but
Very few.
he is their number 4 cornerback. And then this is one of these guys that just got a new contract. Um, his name's Derek Stingley Jr. from the Houston Texans.
Okay.
He is number 5.
I want you to know when I typed in Jalen Johnson, it didn't even come up as the Bears cornerback. It came up as a basketball player for the Falcons. Not the Falcons, the Hawks.
But yeah, that is Pro Football Focus's top 5 cornerbacks.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know if you'd said it or not, but Derek got that big contract for which was it? It was a lot of money because I think what made it a big deal is the guaranteed money.
Who are we talking about?
Derek Stingley. Yeah, he got that 3-year, $90 million.
Damn. There you go.
And 89 of it is guaranteed, if I'm reading that correctly. Which is
Man,
pretty crazy.
only 3 years too, huh?
Yeah.
He's 23 years old. He could probably get at least another. I mean, for sure, one more contract.
Yeah. That's kind of that's a good contract for the Texans, I think, because
Mm-hmm.
that I guess it looks like when he's 29, he's an unrestricted free agent. So it's kind of that time,
Yeah.
getting close to that 30-year mark.
Did speaking of old cornerbacks, I think didn't the Cowboys bring back Stephon Gilmore?
Did they?
I thought I heard something about that.
Mm, I mean, they probably should.
Yeah, for sure they should.
Uh,
No. Looks like
s-
the Saints might get him.
hmm.
Guess it's just a rumor. Oh, well.
Yeah, he's still. God, he's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess he's technically still a free agent, though. Sorry, I'm looking at this. Dak Prescott.
You got another kid.
Well, that too, but the title reads Cowboys Dak Prescott ditching signature look at OTAs. It's too good to be true.
What is his signature look? I don't
I
even
don't
know
know.
that. He's always wearing that hat. I wish I could steal off his head.
Yeah. Something about his game attire as well. It says Prescott has donned the two-sleeve look for several seasons. But fans remember the sleeveless Dak taking the league by storm.
We're going back, showing those guns off.
Guess so.
Sign.
Says he only rocked one sleeve on media day. I hate when they don't show the pictures. Like, really? Oh well. Oh well.
I like that he's had two kids with the same chick, and he's still not. I think now they're engaged, but that's just recently engaged.
Yeah, I think he did it on a golf course too,
Oh, nice.
if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's all I had, sir. So I don't know if you had any other little tidbits.
No, sir. I am all tapped out on my tidbits.
All right.
Unless you want to talk about Jim Irsay getting pulled over with a trunk full of oxycodone.
Yeah.
$29,000 in cash.
That's wild, man.
But no, that's all I got, man.
What a legend.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
R.I.P. Jim Irsay.
I think with an escort too, allegedly. Don't hold me to that.
I mean, I think he played the billionaire card too. He said everyone's trying to get me because I'm a white billionaire. Like,
Everyone.
probably not driving correctly,
Yeah.
and that's why he got pulled over. It's all that money and still stupid.
I love it. I love whiny billionaires. That's my favorite thing right now.
Yeah, it's great.
We got two really, really big ones right now fighting with each other over social media, and I'm loving it. It's the best.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'll just leave that alone.
It's fine with me. I just love it. Bunch of 12-year-old girls out there running this world.
Yes.
But, all right, man. Well, I feel like this one was happier than the last one.
No, it definitely was happier. Definitely was, sir.
I'm gonna go listen to the last one right now since I didn't know it was out yet, so I'm gonna go check it out and see how sad we were.
I don't think it was as bad as what I thought it was gonna be, but yeah,
All right.
it's good stuff.
Well, sounds good, man. Another good episode in the books.
Yes, sir. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This is the State of Football show, and we're out of here.
See y'all next week.
See ya.